Hey guys, Silverthorn here. Welcome back to Let's Play La-Mulana. Last time we got a few things. This time we're gonna come back into the Chamber of Birth because there are... I remembered something while I was wandering around, which I'm pretty sure we can actually mess with if I could stop being hit by everything. First thing, however, is we can indeed get what's in this chest. Notice that design there? It is the same design as the woman statue. Hold it up, and the chest will open, giving us the map. Go map. You can see this area is designed kind of weird. If you notice the hidden room on the far right, that is actually where we got the woman statue. That is Parvati, Kali's room, whatever you'd want to call it. And this area is kind of split weird. You'll also notice that on this room, there's a shop. The shop. This, by the way, is the Ankh jewel for this area. We will need to buy it. I don't have enough money to buy it right now. The only proper hint that there's a shop on the screen is this map. There is no other thing like that you can walk into. Wait. Come on. Tree of Life. Yeah, from Old Testament. Okay. Okay. We have checked that. I am no longer curious. Alright, now let's see. How do I want to... Can I actually get to where I think I can get to? Can I actually get to where I think I can get to? Right now on this screen... Oof, that is not kind. Let's see. Birth is written inside the wall. Alright, this is more or less the puzzle for here, is that there's stuff written inside those walls. Birth and death. Do we have anything that represents birth and death? Technically that represents... Can't even get back there easily. Yes, we can. Alright. Does this work? That does not work. That is not the answer to the puzzle. Woman statue, you notice it's not hitting us with lightning anymore. The woman statue is correct to a degree. It's not correct currently. What else can we scan? I feel like there's something else I'm missing in here. Death. Pretty sure I know what goes there and we just don't have it yet. So that I'm not that worried about. I don't think there's anything we can do here now. Like you can walk in here, drop the spec out here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything more we can do right now. Shame. Shame. Alright. And let's get out of here. Things we need to do currently. Let me think. First of all, let's heal. And let's show the Elder the woman statue while we're at it. Keep telling yourself that. Just keep telling yourself that. This Elder. It should be good on weights, I think. I think. Famous last words. Things we can do now. I believe I've mentioned at least the descriptions that I do actually need to kill the boss coming up fairly soon in order to do a thing. So, let's actually do that first. Why not? This boss. This boss is not actually that bad if I can pull off the initial part of the fight properly. It's gonna be, can I start the fight correctly, is gonna be how easy this fight goes. So, here's the hoping. Here is to hoping. And here. Let's see, I want the shield and the axe. As I've discovered, looked into, the shield does not actually break the no sub-weapon clause for the achievement for killing bosses without sub-weapons, so that's nice. This boss, he doesn't actually become active to kill these whisker eyelash things. Touching the body of the boss himself is pain. And what you want to do really is get as much damage in on that first time he comes up. He has 2 primary attacks, and he's still in phase 1. 2 primary attacks, and when he takes enough damage to go into his second form, then, or when he takes half of his life as damage, he goes into his second form, which I'm going to be trying to freaking activate. I should have activated it at this point. You can kill the goblins, imps, whatever. There's no real reason to. There's touching his body. It hurts like touching the death field that you could touch earlier, so don't touch it. And yes, he is at half health. When he goes to half health, his laser beam will start to curve like that, and he'll be able to do 2 attacks in a row. So you can very easily, force him into phase 2 in that first part, which I failed to do this time. But he went down easy enough because he was very kind. And there is V defeated. He's not really that bad. If you mess up, it's usually better to just reset the fight, in my opinion. But with this, we can go down into another part of the Chamber of Extinction. Oh man. There's not much we can really do in this part of it. We could go back up. Going back up, well, nice. Going back up, ooh, flares. We'll take this to a part in the chamber, not the chamber, the Infernal Cavern. You notice that there was a shop hidden in that previous screen. We're gonna get back to that. For now, let's go up. Which is, say, to where the shop is. The shop is hidden right here. It's a pretty terrible shop. Everything's expensive. So let us not be able to read that and progress forward. What else do we need to do still? We need to talk to Mulbrook at least once now that we have the woman statue. Come on. Get the gold. Yes, got the gold. This is the only other screen on this room, this being where we are, by the way. We can't get to the secret rooms there yet, so that's going to be something that we just can't do anything with. But this screen, it contains a hint, and it is actually the boss room. The hint being how you more or less get the boss, which it relies on 2 murals, and large or small one calls forth, the large one holds the mystery. Face the challenge with a golden key in hand. I've already pointed out where you get the Ankh Jewel, so it's just a matter of getting the stone to appear and then fighting the boss, which is... He's probably going to be one of the last bosses we fight, just because you require a lot of items to properly navigate the Chamber of Birth. But that's pretty much all we have to do here, so let's go talk to Mulbrook. Let's not have the woman statue equipped yet. I don't expect her to give me the hint, but just in case, she's probably going to talk about the fairies. She is probably going to talk about fairies. You going to talk about fairies? You're talking about fairies. That's not very useful to me, Mulbrook. Put the woman statue on. Make sure that the woman is with child and sleep within the woman. Whatever you say, Mulbrook. I totally wasn't thinking that. Not at all. I am not a blatant liar. You're the one who suggested it. The second part there is kind of a hint. I've made a reference to it, I think, like the first or second video, which is interesting. I pointed out then. For now, there are a few things I would like to take care of before solving that particular puzzle. That massive crash we just heard is totally not one of them. Totally. But we can get a talisman. Useful item. And get past the Sphinx now. There are a bunch of tablets here. This is in Mulbrook's room. First mantra, corridor entrance to the never-ending corridor. This will talk about there are 8 mantras. You also notice that there are 8 tablets. Well, it only talks about 7 of the mantras. The tablet right here just mentioning that, or saying you need to recite the mantras correctly and then seal the bosses. Tells you the order to seal them in too. but it goes first, second, third, fourth, fifth, seventh, and then the last. There is no mantra for the, or no marker for the sixth one, but you notice that there is an empty spot here. We'll come back to that. It's kind of interesting what they do. For now, we have a tablet. Talisman. It's a talisman. Let's go talk to the elder with it. See what he has to say. Talisman. What is it? It's a charm the professor's father had. Yeah, let's talk to the elder about this. Father's diary. Yeah, that would probably be something useful. I'm trying to think when we might have actually seen this ourselves. I don't know if as the player you've seen this, but maybe your character actually did. Yes, we'll look for the diary, don't worry. We don't actually need the talisman much currently, so that's not a big concern. So for now, I'm going to check on a quick hint, show you a way I want to... There's a few ways in this game to make money. Some of them are better than others, one of which we have open to us currently. I'm going to show that off, and then I'm going to locate a hint, and then I'll meet you guys where I want to meet you. And here we are in the Chamber of Extinction with a treasure fairy. It's a treasure fairy. Now then, what we want to do is primarily on this side, destroy that block. As long as you have a treasure fairy, that block will always respawn and it will always have money in it. This isn't the most effective way, I admit, to make money. There are better later on. However, those better ways you can also lock your way out of. And we can't actually get to them in the meanwhile anyway, so this plan works. This plan totally works. We're actually going to need a decent bit of money besides to get the Ankh Jewel, which we can't afford now. There's a piece of software or two I'd like to buy, just a bunch of little things I would like to get. So I'm going to be gathering up money at some point. Hopefully it won't cost me too much time, because I would still like to try to beat this game in under 10 hours. It would be nice to get that achievement and just to beat the game quickly, so I don't want to off-screen too much. We're actually going at a pretty good pace, I do admit. We're only like 5 and some hours in. It goes by pretty fast when you know what you're doing in this game, and that's something I didn't know the first time. More money, and there she goes. Alright, now then, there was also a hint I wanted to grab, which, conveniently enough, is located in this portion of the Shrine of the Mother, unless I'm mistaken. That's the one we can't read, so it would be this one. Sleep within the woman. And it shows you the location where to sleep. It's just building off of Mulbrook's hint, so it's a nice little detail there. And beyond that, let's go back to Temple of the Sun. Let's go back to the Sun. Alright then. I don't expect Mulbrook is going to have any useful hints for us, but I'll check anyway, because checking. Nope, just about the fairies. Doesn't help me. I don't know why I went down here. There's one thing I would like to buy. I don't really need this anymore, but I'm going to buy it anyway, because I don't know why I haven't bought it yet. But in the shop over here, there is an item which I've yet to get, so let's get this item. Getting this item. And this item is a heat-proof case. It lets us use the laptop in lava. Pretty useful. Pretty useful, except that there's not that much lava and everything else, but item completion. Now then, already did that. This room. Notice anything weird about it? Maybe? Maybe? Yeah, these little confetti-like creatures. Woman shall be with child when within the man. This here is actually a waiting puzzle. We need to just wait here, and yes, these little spirits here are essentially sperm. Essentially. Also, you notice that we can attack this wall? There's a treasure chest hidden in there? Yeah, we got the maternity statue. And solve the puzzle. There's a chest in here, but we need bombs to open it, and we actually need more bombs than I have. It's bothersome. But yes, that gives us the maternity statue. Statue shaped like a pregnant woman. That there should unlock one of the puzzle aspects in the Chamber of Birth, but there's still others, which I'd like to take care of as well before going too far in there. But you already know one of the solutions to the puzzle, including building off of what Mulbrook said. Sleep within the woman. That there already resembles what the one hint told us, and if we go in front of here and hold up the statue, we get a ladder to appear, letting us come up over into here. And now for the rest of the hint Mulbrook said, and this is related to something I said early in the LP. But on the pause menu we have the map. The professor has his own little animations. He'll eat, and then will eventually fall asleep. That is how you solve the puzzle. I like that, actually. I really do. And our reward is the Philosopher's Ocarina. Now, the Philosopher's Ocarina, as soon as I button, chiseled from stone, belong to the four philosophers. What it does is it wakes them up. And we're going to start off here with the Philosopher of Death. Alcidana? Yeah, close enough. Let's see. Now, the philosophers give you a bit of history and background and information on what La-Mulana actually is. We already know La-Mulana from the intro screen was some great power who wanted to return to the heavens and everything like that. Now, the philosophers, being of the seventh children, they've attempted that as well, but they learned an interesting thing. The ruins themselves are the mother. They can't send her back to the skies. So if they can't fulfill her wish, the best thing they can do is give her rest. It's fitting that the Philosopher of Death is the one telling you that you need to kill the mother. It really is. We have a few other philosophers we can visit. I'm going to start off with one here in the Spring in the Sky. Now, there are only two other philosophers that we have found, not counting Death, for a total of 3. The fourth, we can't actually get to currently. We won't be able to get to him until we've defeated several more bosses. Just because if he's essentially in the last area. Not the last area, but the second to last area. You get what I mean. But in here, we have another philosopher. Giltario. Sure. Philosopher of Knowledge. See, he tells us a bit about the children themselves. First children, they didn't really care what them, or they couldn't see what the mother wanted. They only wanted their powers. The second children, the giants, some of them wanted to get her back, the others didn't, and they had a massive civil war. The third didn't really care about her, neither did the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. The seventh were born of the earth after this time, and they learned and realized that they couldn't do what the mother asked. So when the 8th children came around, which is humanity as it is currently, they made sure they had no memory of the mother, so that they would only see the mother as ruins and would be able to truly defeat her. The problem is, you can't kill the mother. You can't kill her body anyway. So your goal is to attack her soul, which is tricky as well. What he describes now is one of the final puzzles. We do not have any of these items yet. We cannot recite any of the mantras or anything like that. So we have a lot ways to go before we can fulfill this puzzle. Man, just the music difference is amazing. And then the Lost Philosopher is in the Tower of the Goddess. I'm going to take the shortcut down, and I'm basically at the Philosopher. Go Philosopher. Alright. Philosopher is this one. Philosopher of Power. Samaranta. Probably butchering that. Telling us about the mother. Her soul sleeps within the shrine of the mother. Surprise, surprise. And then he also mentions how the 4 philosophers are blocking 3 paths. The Philosopher of Knowledge protected another path, and then this Phobos guarded the last. We've yet to meet Phobos. But we do also have the Philosopher of Powers open. And as luck would have it, it's right over there. I'm not going to go in there yet. The puzzle in there is one time only, essentially, and we are not currently ready to fulfill that puzzle, to beat that puzzle. There's a lot, like, I know the answer, which is to say, actually I don't even remember the answer, I would actually have to look it up. I will solve the answer by getting all the hints around for it, but we cannot read many of the hints because it is in... The hints are trapped within the... Come on, you little jerk. Are trapped within tablets we can't read yet. We need to get the full translation before we are able to understand it. So until then, there's not much we can do here. We can't really progress far through the Chamber of Birth until we get more items. We can't really finish off the Twin Labyrinth until we've got taken care of the area you access from the Temple of the Sun. So there's not much more we can do currently, except go through the Endless Corridor. And with Mulbrook not giving out this hint, I only have one way to mitigate that. I would have preferred to not have to do this. Actually, yeah, she's also going to tell us about the Ocarina. Philosopher's Ocarina. They are finally awake. And your role isn't at an end yet, Mulbrook. You have stuff to tell me. Tell me the stuff. I don't care about the Fairy Queen. I've lived in the ruins for a long time. How do I get her to prompt that hint? How do I get her to prompt that hint? I don't know. I'm just gonna try a few more times. No, I've already met the Fairy Queen. Yeah, I don't know how to get her to prompt the hint, so there's only one thing left I can do. Regardless, I will be prepared for next time when we will go into the Endless Corridor. So this has been Silver Baton with Let's Play La-Mulana. We've woken the philosophers, messed with the woman statue. Actually, Elder. I'm gonna show the Elder the maternity statue. Elder, see the maternity statue. Yeah. Whatever you say, Elder, I'm not gonna question it. His hints, or what he says, usually isn't that useful, but it's still worth the amusement. But yeah, next time we're going to go into the Endless Corridor, progress through there. We've awoken the philosophers, we've gotten the map for the Chamber of Birth, we've done several other things. It's just, for us to really do much more, we need to go through the Endless Corridor. So, I will see you guys next time, once I have the hint handy to show you guys. See you guys all then. Later.